Hello, my name is Tommaso Allen, and my two infographics are based on my proposal document, in which I propose new water-efficient toilets for my parents' house, and more specifically, I proposed it to my dad, who is my primary audience. He's been a homeowner for over 20 years, and his house had old models of toilets, and so he was losing out on a lot of cost savings from not installing new toilets that are much more water efficient. So that's what I ended up proposing. The audience of my first infographic is actually going to be the gatekeeper of my proposal, whose name is Donzel Lewis. He is a professional plumber who works for Capital District Services, which is obviously a plumbing company, and they serve the greater Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, including Montgomery County in Maryland, which is where my parents are from. So he and his company could potentially help install new toilets for them. So I wanted to focus my infographic much more technically and involve more statistics. Well, the audience for my second infographic is my primary audience, is my dad, and so he's more impacted by the issue of losing out on cost savings from not having efficient toilets, and he's more moved by things that are going to help him and his family, which obviously going to include financial savings and also just improvements in comfort. So the biggest difference in my two infographics is its content and its purpose. My first infographic is kind of highlighting the issue of the current water use in America and how it's unsustainable. And it uses good statistics that kind of tell a story in a sorts, and it uses a nice graph that visualizes the residential water use. So I try to format this infographic kind of in like a chronological story, where at first it highlights the overall issue of just how much water we use and like how much Americans spend per year on water, and then it chronologically goes to the urgency of the unsustainable use of water, and then it goes to in the house, like what are using the most water, and it shows how toilets are the biggest contributor to residential water use. And then it highlights how newer toilets are much more efficient after the federal government set standards for water efficiency in toilets than older toilets before those standards were set. So it kind of highlights the importance of in upgrading water infrastructure in the house to be much more efficient, and that's going to save a lot of people money, and that's also going to use a lot less water, and it's going to be better for the future. So this is important for a plumber to know, because he doesn't need to know the ins and outs of a newer technology for a toilet, because he knows that as a plumber. But as someone who works in the industry of plumbing, who is actually going to be helping to install the new water infrastructure in all American houses, it's important for him and his company to know the importance of installing in considering water efficiency when installing new toilets or faucets or sinks. But this infographic focuses on toilet, and my proposal focuses on toilets. And then my second infographic is kind of essentially an advertisement, just selling the product that I ended up proposing in my proposal, which is the Niagara Stealth toilet. And this infographic just highlights its perks that it would be interesting for my dad to know, and would pursue him into actually purchasing this toilet and installing it into his house. So it focuses more on the cost of the toilet, and then how much you could save over time, and some of the other perks. The toilet is very water efficient. And then some more formatting differences. The first infographic, I had water as background and kind of made it a theme all water, so it was a very blue, kind of set the tone or set the theme as water, because that is the topic, and that is very important, how unsustainable our water use is. But for the second one, I tried to make the perks kind of make the information kind of stand out. There's much less information in the second infographic than the first infographic, which is much more technical and much more, trying to provide the statistics to prove the issue, while the second infographic is just, one product and why this product is, the perks of this product and why it is important for my audience, who's my dad, and why it's important for him to purchase it, because he will save a lot more money and he will benefit from the perks of it. Thank you.